while you're standing up to me.
All right, maybe we just need the throttle back.
No, we need this. Oliver, you were gone. Dead. At least we thought you were. And we had to go on with our lives, and doing that meant not doing things your way.
Fine. I'm back now.
That doesn't mean that we can go back. And you do not have the right to come back here and question everyone's choices.
Felicity.
Just let me know if there's any change in your condition.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I took a 10-minute break to have some Kansas City barbecue.
I got the email from Kirk with the panel list of who's going to moderate which panel. Oh, cool! I can see it in the mail. Oh crap! I got to do sit-ups. the workout that you have on the show. I mean,
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty grueling.
It's pretty grueling. I mean, it's like if Oliver has to know how to speak Russian, or if Oliver has to know how to shoot a bow and arrow. Like, all of these things are things that we build into the infrastructure of the show. And the fitness is something that we build into the infrastructure of the show. You know, I get scheduled workouts every week, which is good, I guess.
Some fans appreciate it. Speaking of which, we're just going to throw it open.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start right there with you.
How did you get to the front of the line?
We got here.
Okay.
Hi, I was wondering if you watched Doctor Who, and if you did, who's your favorite doctor?
The short answer is no. Okay? The long answer is that I save television shows like people save bottles of wine. Okay? I've got a couple in the wine fridge right now. I have Oz in the wine fridge. I have Doctor Who in the wine fridge. This is a hypothetical wine fridge, by the way. What else do I have that I really want to... Oh God, it just ended. Motorcycles. What's happening? Yeah, Sons of Anarchy! That one's in the wine fridge too. So, the Supernatural is... God, I only have so much time. That show's been on the air for 12 seasons. I know it's time. But clearly my favorite character from Doctor Who is Captain Jack.
Yes, sir.
If you could be a part of any other show and play any character, what show would it be and who?
I want to be on Mad Men. So here's a true story, and I've told it before, but I rewatch Mad Men. And when I was rewatching my favorite episode, which is the final episode of season 4, Tomorrowland it's called. Mad Men fans, anywhere? Well, there's a scene in that episode where this beautiful girl walks into the office, and she's so beautiful that it basically arrests the office. Everyone starts coming into the office that she's in, and no one's getting any work done. And we're now married. It's a true story. The third time I was watching that episode, I paused it, I looked up the actress on IMDb, and she is now my wife. Thanks, man.
First of all, thank you so much for coming to Planet Comic-Con, Kansas City.
Thank you.
If you could pick any Marvel or DC character and play them in a movie, who would you be and why?
Play them in a movie. Boy, oh boy. It would be too easy to say Ra's al Ghul. DC character playing a movie. The Riddler. Standalone Riddler movie. It's about time a villain got a movie. Who's against this concept? I know that fundamentally the villain is not supposed to be a protagonist, but I mean, wasn't Breaking Bad like the greatest show ever? And Walter White's a villain, so shouldn't it be like a Riddler movie? The Riddler. I don't have any inside knowledge, but I feel like that might happen eventually. Hi.
You have amazing fans, and I want to know what is the most outrageous thing you've ever been asked to do in a photo op?
You know, photo ops are so fast. Well, aside from the tutu, okay, which was great. Put on the tutu, don't smile, look straight ahead, and just pretend like nothing is happening. That was lovely in Dallas. I really appreciated it. And my buddy Nick sent me a photo of my cousin Robbie with the two of you in the tutu. So anyhow, the most outrageous thing actually was someone when I was in Dallas last year. What year is it? It feels weird to say last year was 2014. Things are just melding together at this point. In 2014, someone had me write a proposal. Yeah. And so I wrote the proposal, and his soon-to-be theoretical fiance was standing next to him, and I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yes." So I wrote the proposal, and he handed it to her, and she said no. No, she didn't. And then they came back to say hi this year, and they are about to get married. So that was the most outrageous thing, because I got nervous. And if I'm getting nervous, I feel like that makes it outrageous. Thank you.
What's the most outrageous thing you've had to do on the show so far that really made you kind of sit back and?
Oh boy, it's a terrible thing to say, and I'm guilty of sort of the newness of an episode affecting me, and I know that it's sort of a cop-out to say the episode that we just filmed, but episode 320 is called The Fallen, and it is the most outrageous episode that we have ever done on the show. We had 3 or 4 scenes that, for Oliver, were just a fundamental departure from the way that he normally is. So for me, getting into episode 66 of the show, that's really fun because I want to do new things. But boy, episode 320 is outrageous. Yeah.
No spoilers?
No spoilers.
Hi.
The whole thing takes place in Anna Parbat. What? I'm sorry.
Sorry
Takes place
if
in
this
Nana
is
Parbat?
a controversial subject, but Marvel or DC?
What do you expect me to say? I will say this. I'm circling a movie that's not a Marvel movie. I don't want to allude to anything or establish any rumors, but I'm circling a movie, and as homework for myself, and this is one of the things I do, I'm rewatching all of Phase 1 of Marvel. Culminating with the Avengers, which I'm halfway through at the moment, and I'm really excited to finish on the plane. I've seen it like 8 times, but DC, of course. DC. Marvel's pretty good though. Really good.
Hi. I was just wondering, with all the conventions that you've been a part of, what is the best and worst parts of participating in conventions like this?
You know, the best parts are when we're filming, we're in the soup. You know, you're so far into the forest that it's difficult to see the trees. So when you come out to, I've never been to Kansas City, so it's really neat to come to a part of the United States that you've never been, and to have a room full of people that are big fans of the show. And so that's the best part. The worst part is that typically I don't have enough time. So I'm usually tired when I'm here. But I mean, there are so many positives, and I struggle for negatives. Thank you.
And there was a network thing this weekend. You almost didn't make it, and you made extra effort to.
I wrapped on Friday evening at 11 o'clock, I took a 6 a.m. flight to Los Angeles, where it was 92 degrees yesterday. Okay, we had a Paley festival, and then we had a fun dinner with the Arrow and Flash cast. And then I hopped on a red eye from LA to Chicago, and apparently I sat on my seatbelt buckle because I got up and I was limping. And then I hopped Chicago to Kansas City, and then I'm back in Vancouver tonight and filming tomorrow. Oh God. But I'm so happy to be here. It's totally worth it. Thank you, everybody.
Loki or Thor? Loki.
Mr. Amell, I don't mean to steer this away.
Is my father here?
I was raised respectful. I don't mean to steer this away from you, but you're so wonderfully open on Facebook that I feel like we follow you, I follow you at least, so much that my question is about your cast. Seeing Thea and Laurel rise more to be kind of badass women, do you help them in their training, or what do they have to go through to be what they have become now?
Well, everyone sort of takes their cue from me because I was the first
Because
one.
your abs
Because
say,
I was
hey.
thank you. No, but because I was the first one to do it. You know, I was the first one to go through the process, and you know, it could have been a show where the actors didn't want to do stunts, but because I want to do as many as possible, everyone else feels obligated or pressured or enthusiastic about doing as many stunts as possible. You know, Katie Watts grew herself in stunts, and she's an incredible athlete. Katie Cassidy has been so enthusiastic. Willa has been great. I mean, Willa out there fighting on Leanne Yu, fighting with Slade Wilson. That was spoiler alert. That was amazing, and even Emily. Like, Emily doesn't get to do enough, but it's funny, if Emily is ever showing off her shoulder, they have to put the scar on for the bullet wound that she has. Everyone on the show has scars, is the moral of the story.
Do they ask you for advice on how to become what you are?
No, they don't ask me for advice, but I'm there for them if they need me. Thank you.
Have you done any on-set salmon ladder challenges with? Does anybody come in?
No one has the balls to challenge me on the set. Sorry, man. There are kids here.
Okay, two questions.
That's
First
a great
question
shirt, by the
is
way.
that. Oh, thank you. First question is, like, you and the female characters in your show have like such chemistry, and I was wondering like how like you made that seem so real.
Because we're friends. You know, I've been on television shows where people don't like each other. And as a viewer, there's just something about the interaction, even if these people are supposed to be deeply in love, there's going to be something missing. You might not know what it is. It's that the people don't like each other. You have to be friends, because there are friendly and familiar things that you do when you're friendly with someone that come across on screen.
Okay, and second question, would you be able to take a selfie with me right now?
I'll take a selfie at the end with you. I'll do it at the end. We'll do it at the side.
Okay.
You're the only one. Okay?
Thank you.
See you after the panel.
Okay, someone stole my original question.
And so, while you're thinking of a new one, can you show the audience how the wing comes out?
I already have another question.
Okay.
And then I'll show the wings. Ready?
That is cool.
Thank you very much. This is my first application, which makes me feel really happy that you would ask me to do that. But I have a question for you. Sorry.
Okay.
I have a question for you. Marvel has kind of taken over the movie, the feature film business, and DC has kind of domineered the TV series business.
Okay.
My question is, do you think DC should just stay, should kind of just stay in the silver screen, the TV series, or do you think they should try harder into becoming feature films?
Well, I mean, they have so many plans on the film side. I know that the motto at DC doesn't necessarily extend to television versus film. The motto is an overall motto. But that being said, we have Arrow, we have Flash, we have Constantine, we have Gotham. We have
Should they focus more on the TV than the film, or should they try
I
to
think that
focus
you
more
should
on the film?
focus on making the best content possible.
Okay.
And for me, as much as I love movies, House of Cards coming out might as well have been a national holiday for me. Because here you have, a David Fincher-led 13 episode, 12 episode, whatever it is, drama that comes out, and what are you looking? You're looking at like almost 12 hours of content that you can just sit and enjoy and watch immediately at midnight.
I think it's interesting that the model has changed so much that allows you to do that with Daredevil coming out as a 13.
I'm really fired. I think Daredevil is going to be exceptional. Steven Knight is doing it, who did Spartacus, and I just think that, I'm super jealous of the Netflix model because they do fewer episodes and they can do more violence. Maybe show a boob here and there. But I will say that DC, Marvel really focuses on everything is inclusionary. Everything exists in the same universe. And as exciting as that is, I think that every once in a while it limits you in ways that you don't necessarily expect. It would be great for Henry Cavill to stroll into the Arrow cave and be like, how you guys doing? But at the same time, making the Arrow universe the best universe that it can possibly be, with standalone characters and its own mythology and its own set of codes and ethics, I think makes our show the best show that it can be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
With the different hero characters that we've had show up in that universe so far, there's possibility that you could cross over with Supergirl and
Sure.
maybe with Titans. Vixen is coming in as an animated picture that's part of that.
Yeah, I just did the voice work for Vixen.
Are you going to be a regular, or is that just the first
If
episode?
they want me to do it, I'll do it, for sure. It took like 8 minutes.
Are we?
We want you to say a bunch of lines in the Arrow voice. We booked you for an hour. Okay, I'm done in 8 minutes.
Are we seeing, some people have wondered if we're seeing the beginning of a television Justice League, but I'm wondering if it may be closer to Justice Society or The Outsiders, because there's so much of your show that gets compared to the Batman mythology. Ra's al Ghul is there and all of that. Are we looking at the build-up to an Outsiders?
Well, we have another show coming next year. Spoiler alert. And it is a collection of characters from both the Arrow and Flash universes that, if all goes well, is going to launch mid-season next year. So you'll have 3 shows, plus Supergirl. Because Glenn Winter, who is an awesome director on our show, and my good friend, is directing Supergirl, so it's going to go to series. I'm just going to tell you now. I feel like, call it whatever you want, but I feel like we already have a Justice Society, Outsiders. I feel like it already exists.
It's just the name isn't there yet.
Yeah, the name's not there.
Speaking of which, when are you going to start playing Green Arrow? Everybody else has their name. We've heard, Arsenal has his code.
Arsenal has his name. There was Canary, and then there was Black Canary, and there was Diggle, and it's still Diggle, and there was. And Thea is moving in a very speedy direction. But I don't know, man. I do know, but I don't know. Yes.
First off, I just want to say thanks for coming out. I know it's your first time.
Of course, man.
It's my first time, so I can't judge for you. So.
Oh, wait.
Also, I wanted to say that we follow me on Facebook, so thanks. Makes us feel like we're important. So that's awesome. And so my question is, when are we going to see you on Supernatural?
When are we going to see you on Supernatural?
Yes.
I pitched an idea yesterday to the president of Warner Brothers TV, Greg Berlanti, who runs Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, just did Pan. He's a genius. And Mark Pedowitz, who runs the CW, and I pitched something called Fan Fiction Live. Okay? Everyone likes fan fiction, right? You'd be amazed, these guys didn't know what it was. They're like, fan fiction? I'm like, yeah, fan fiction. What does that even mean? And I said, people hand me full scripts. And so I pitched an idea that we would take Arrow and Supernatural and write a fan fiction crossover episode and do a live reading. And they were tepid. They don't understand how awesome it would be yet. They will. It'd be really cool, right?
Well, the possibilities of...
If I was sitting up here with Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles reading us... Exactly.
And you do it live, and some of your advertisers...
Yeah, someone sponsors it, we stream it, we put it... Look, it would get a better rating on the CW than Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, let's be honest. No one is recording me saying that, right? I love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I do.
That would be good as a fundraiser for your charity work, because you do.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I mean, from a charitable angle, I think that'd be neat. As for Supernatural, look, I would love to be on it. I hope before it's over, the boys just have me come on and, I don't know, bring them water or something. Yeah, I could just, I could be in the background, just staring directly into the camera. Thanks, man.
Robbie asks for somebody to ask at your panel who you think would win a fight your character against.
Experience. Let's go experience. Oh, wait, you light yourself on fire, whatever. I'm just hoping that before the end of the season, the two of us get to share the screen together. That's what I'm hoping. Shot well.
Yeah, because Robbie and his panel said that you guys shot something together. Not something that the fans are asking for.
There's a really cool ad coming out for the CW called Superhero Fight Club. Imagine that for a second. And that's what it is. But no, Robbie and I have been in the business for almost a decade each, and we've never shared the screen together. And I think he's a wonderful actor, and I would love to act with him. So I hope that happens.
I don't know if it was Greg Berlanti or Mark Guggenheim was saying that now that you've done the crossover with Flash, and it has been proven to work that you can have powers in the more grounded of the two shows.
Yep.
That the door has kind of been nudged open a little
Kicked
bit.
open.
So besides Firestorm, are there other powered villains or heroes that you would like to see show up on your side of the street?
There aren't any particular heroes or villains that I'd like to see show up. We do, in I think episode 19 this year, Team Arrow goes up against a metahuman, which is cool. Although I can't say who it is, and I don't engage. It's not me. I can't. I'm on the sidelines. There are big things happening with the show. Very, very big things. And just without spoiling anything, I will say that I think that the greatest moment in the history of the show will be the trailer that we show at Comic-Con next year. I really do. Because after 3 seasons and 69 episodes, what was that?
Should show it now.
filmed it yet. After 3 seasons and 69 episodes, we are going to fundamentally change the show at the grassroots level, and I think it's going to be cool. Yes.
Two quick things. We're involved in a nonprofit organization that promotes positive body image, and it's called Rebel. We often ask people to tell us one thing that they love about themselves, so could you tell me one thing that you love about yourself?
I'm an actor, I can go on forever. Oh, jeez. How do you answer this? How do people answer this question without sounding a little self-involved?
The whole point is just to celebrate something that you love about yourself.
I like my eyes.
Awesome.
You know what I like? I like my gray hair. It's coming in fast and furious all over my head, and I can't wait for the call from the CW where they're like, hey, how about you start coloring your hair? And I go, hey, I didn't even pick up the phone.
Second thing, we brought you shirts, one for you and one for you to give to Colton. When would be the best time to do
That'd be
that?
awesome. I'll take it right now. Thank you so much.
All right, Stephen, how are you today? Okay. It's good to see you. Two things. One, what was one of the most challenging things about Arrow in the Arrow process and how you overcome them? And two, I remember our conversation about the idea that you had of combining the Arrow, Gotham, Flash universes together. Can you share that idea?
Well, I mean, that's just an idea. You know, look, I'm all for crossovers. I'm a fan of television, you know, and when you do crossovers, it's awesome. I got a chance to sit and watch the Flash Arrow crossovers, you know, with a group of people. And when people from another show show up, there's cheering and it's cool and something's different, and that's exciting. The most challenging part about pulling off Arrow was really selling the idea that a guy with no superpowers can hold his own as a superhero. So I really felt like people were gonna have to believe that I could, you know, kick butt.
And you kick butt so much.
Thanks, man. Mr. Fury?
Someone stole my question from earlier, but I came up with another one. I like the interaction between you and the character Diggle. Soul Brothers have to represent. So, what's one of your favorite episodes or moments there with the character Diggle?
I'm sorry, say again?
What's one of the favorite moments or with the character Diggle?
Favorite moments for I mean, David has his own. You know, we did it last year with the episode The Suicide Squad, and we have an episode this year coming up called Suicidal Tendencies, where the Suicide Squad rides again. And I mean, personally, I think David is so talented and so capable, and when he gets a moment to have his own episode, so to speak, or to be in the A story, I'm grateful from the standpoint of having days off. And I'm grateful from the standpoint that people love the Diggle character. I mean, you don't just... Diggle was called Diggle because Andy Diggle wrote Green Arrow Year One. Diggle didn't exist in the Green Arrow canon before he appeared in our pilot. And now he does. Now they've written him into the comic. So, you know, there's no particular moment for David that I'm particularly fond of, but I will say that there are things happening in the episodes that we're filming right now that are going to alter Oliver and Diggle's relationship, Oliver and John's relationship, forever.
Is that when John gets powers?
When he becomes Green Lantern? No, it's not.
Have you guys talked about using any of the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams run? Because the shows that there's been a little bit of a touch with Spinning having the drug problem early in the show.
We use everything. They use everything. It's whatever they can pull from Green Arrow lore, or how they could use Green Arrow lore to misdirect people. You know, having Sarah Lance as the first Canary, or maybe Laurel and Sarah's mom was the first Canary. Who knows? I just want to see Alex Kingston in fishnets. Oh. like really, really badly. Yes, sir.
Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I mean, this is amazing. So, my question is, on set, tell me about gag reels, outtakes, anything funny that's happened.
Well, I mean, David and I had a thing where right before a take, we just yelled, "What's in the box?" For the movie 7, "What's in the box?" And David sent me after my mom died on the show, David sent me what? Say, "What's in the box?" Sorry to Susanna Thompson if she's watching this, but it was funny. The gag reel is going to go next level because of how much John Barron is now interacting with. That guy's next level. That guy's, I don't even know, I don't know where he gets his energy from. I don't want to know. But I mean, he just brings such a levity and I mean, I really wish there should be a sequence on the gag reel where it shows us laughing hysterically right up until the moment that they call action. Because that happens all the time. And everyone's talking, laughing, joking, making fart noises, and then they call action. And then, wait a minute.
Then the last quick thing, I've had a lot of people ask and heard a lot of things. What do you think about the hairpiece that you wear for flashbacks? Does it go well? Do you like the way it looks?
It is what it is. Thank you. I will say though, speaking of hair, we're gonna do a haircut on the show very soon, which I'm quite excited for. It's happening on Tuesday. You'll know when you see it.
Is the game back? Is the goatee?